Here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to help you become the best version of yourself, and we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading indicators, and we supplement that with our best in the business one-on-one training. And this session is one of those one-on-one trainings where we show you how the signals work as a means of showing you a specific trade and show you how the signals work so that you can see how accurate they are for yourself. Trading has changed my life. It will change your life once you learn how to do it, and we are very good at teaching you how to do it. So with that, we need to start with listening to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things I love about the program is that we do these live trade sessions when you're in the light. We do Monday evening, Tuesday, and Thursday mornings at this time, 6:30. There's an intro to coaching session a little later this morning at 9:30. We've got a light meeting tomorrow at 9 for the light meeting. For those of you who are Phil fans, Phil is doing the light meeting tomorrow, so you can tune in and listen to him do his trade analysis. We have, and then of course, if you become a member, we've got a morning session, which is usually a scalp trade. We've got an evening session, which is normally a long-term trade. We've got additional paid sessions. So there are lots of opportunities to team up with people who know what they're doing, who are very good traders, learn from them, and then also be given trades that historically have performed very well. I work off of a little checklist. I recheck before I start the day. I make sure all the charts are current and connected. And this morning I had to close everything down and turn it back on. Review of yesterday. Last night we took a trade. Let's get rid of this. Last night we took a trade on too many windows here. We took a trade on the don't tell me it's whited us out again. That is so strange. I did shut everything down and turn it all on, but we're going to just do it again. Let us get a new window. Pull it over here. And we'll just open the charts up one by one. All right. So last night we took a trade on the NZD JPY. So let's take a look. And it went south on us. So let's see what we can learn from it. Please mute yourself if you haven't. And let's see. What do we got here? I looked at it this morning, and if I pull this back to where we were last night, which was here, we had a reasonable signal. I liked the signal. We were probably right about here because green had crossed over. We got a little up move, but we didn't get the up move that we were looking for. The only other thing I could have thought of is that it perhaps sometimes on certain currency pairs, you need to give it enough room to breathe. But even with that circumstance, had we given it more room, had we gone to say 2 support resistances away, we wouldn't have it wouldn't have mattered. This was going down. So this is just one of those scenarios where we had the signal, we did get the up move. We were right in here. Oh, wait a second. Where were we? We were right in here, and we were going to go to this spot here. We weren't going for the total amount based on the support and resistance. Had we my normal trading strategy is I'm going to go 2 support and resistances away. We only went 30 pips away, but we still would have got slammed here because it broke this line, then it broke this line, and now it broke the third line. So I don't know what the news is, and actually we'll take a look a bit in the morning, but we had the signal. This was an okay signal. We did get a move up, but it wasn't enough of a move up. It changed midway through, and then we got taken out. So that happens. So I don't know anything more that we could have done to do that. I guess the only other thing is when we took the trade, the majors on the 4-hour chart weren't oversold. I usually like to see everything oversold, so there was a continued down move on the oversold, so it kept going down. That might have been this little piece here might have been the piece that held us off, that we weren't oversold here, because my trigger is if I see it on the 1-hour chart, I want to know that the 2-hour chart is oversold and the 4-hour chart is oversold. So if everybody's oversold, I am not going to, the chances are if this is off, these will turn and we'll still get the trade. But that didn't happen last night. So I guess in the back of my mind, I'll just be a little bit more stricter on making sure that I see that set up the way I like it. So it wasn't quite all there. Even if it had we waited a little bit, this was going down. The signal had changed. But had we waited a little bit, we would have lost the 1 hour signal. And if we lost the 1 hour signal, I wouldn't have taken the trade. So it's a case of, if you don't see the signal the way you like it, don't take it. As we are technical traders trading on the price action, we do want to know what the news is, because news impacts currency. And to get the news, we go to Forex Factory. Let's refresh. And this guy might have had this, even though we were trading the New Zealand, Australian news sometimes impacts New Zealand. There's news coming out tonight on New Zealand dollar, unemployment, anything red we want to avoid. We have nothing red coming up until tonight. Any trade we take would be done before this. So we've got kind of clear sailing here. So let's get in and see what we can see. And now I'm just going to go and go back to our 6 light major. Actually one more piece on that Euro USD trade from last night. That trade is still open. What I have done is I've put in a stop loss this morning. My stop loss is at a price of 1.15845. That's 1.15845. So if it starts, if it continues to go, if it starts to go down, and it'll actually, if it goes down below this candle here, I'm going to put in a stop loss. And I'm going to put in a sell trade to hedge it and take off the stop loss. So then my loss is locked in, and then once I have a clear signal, I'll work out of it. Right now, we don't have a clear signal. But in order to protect the trade, I don't want it to go 30 pips out of the way. Right now, I think it's probably about, 7 or 8 pips out of the money. So I'll put the stop loss in down here, lock the loss in, and then when I get a clear signal, I'll work out of it. So that's what I've done this morning as the trade's still open. So with that, let's get on to our analysis. The trade I'm going to do is something called the 10-point trade. It is one of a dozen different signals we have, and it starts with this middle chart here on the majors and minors. And basically, I'm looking for situations where the lines are below the red or above the blue. When they're below the red, the market's considered oversold, and that is a buying opportunity. The right time to buy is when all these lines are pointing up. So I'm looking for situations where we're either oversold or overbought, and the lines are either pointing up or down. I don't have that here. We're sideways here, don't have it here. Pound USD, we are oversold going down. USD Canadian overbought. Majors are going down, which are the red and green lines. Minors are still going up, so we've got inconsistency. USD Swiss franc, majors are going up, minors are going down, so inconsistent. USD JPY oversold. Everybody's going up. The majors, the red and green, are going up. Minors are going up. And I've got a double cross. So the green has come over the top of the red, and the gray has come over the top of the black. So I have 3 points here. With 3 points, that's the initial part of my setup. Oversold, everybody's going up. Only thing I don't like about this is I'd rather have the green line steeper. Green line isn't that steep here. it's kind of at a 45-degree angle or a little less than a 45-degree angle. That's a little bit of a red flag to me. But since I've got all 3 points, and then I'm going to go up to the TNTs, the top part of the chart, and count how many lines are going in the direction that's consistent with what this is telling me. This is telling me buy. 2 orange lines are going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes down, that means buy. So I've got 3 lines here telling me buy. The 2 orange lines, the thick and the thin orange, dotted blue is coming down. That's telling me buy. When I have all 3 telling me buy, or at least 3 of the 4 telling me buy, or 4 of the 4, then I'm going to go down to the pressure and see what it's telling me. I have down pressure with the green line on top. Green line on top is telling me buy. And the lines are diverging. That means they're moving away from each other. So this is telling me it's about to roll. So when I see that, the next thing I want to do, so I've got 7 points here. With 7 points, that is a good trade to me. So I need to get a little bit more information. If we go back to my my daily trade sheet, I want to know where the support and resistance is and what the trend is, because that's going to help me figure out how much this trade is worth. So to do that, I am going to put in a clean chart. So this is just going to show me the candles. This is on Euro AUD, but I'm going to change it to JPY USD, JPY USD. Now this trade is good because we're coming up to morning time in the US. It's evening time in Japan. So support and resistance, we don't teach this to lights. You'll get this in your training, but basically I'm looking for spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And I want to pull this, get enough space here. So I'm going to draw some horizontal lines where the candles seem to naturally stop. So right in here a little bit, in here, here, in here, in here. And I want to kind of do a couple above and a couple below. On the Euro USD, these on a 1 hour chart, they tend to be about 30 pips apart. So it bounced in here, bounced in here, bouncing in here, here, here. These spots are where the price action kind of naturally stops. And I don't want to take a chance of trading through them because it'll take longer for the trade to execute if it has to go through that bump. So so we got one above, one below. So now I'm going to kind of pull the line out and look at it a little better. So what do we got? We had, I don't know, 3 days of an uptrend, and now we've got like 2 days of a downtrend. And I want to know how much distance, so you can see it, you know, it stopped in here, right around in here, then came down, kind of stopped, started bouncing up, and it's kind of in the middle of the channel now. I want to know how much room I have to these support lines. Oops. So I'm going to mark where we're at now and go up. So I've got 15 pips. You can see it up here in the middle of the chart. 15 pips till I hit the top of the line. And I've got 11 pips till I hit the bottom line. So 15 pips up, 11 pips down, and we're trading into a down down signal. So I am going to go back and I want to see what the chart looks like. That's, I'm going to just open a new one. USD JPY. I want to see what the different time frames are telling me again. So here's the 1 hour chart where we saw the initial signal. The slope of the line, I guess it's still about the same. So to confirm that this is a good signal, I want to look at what the 2 hour and the 4 hour are doing. And as I said earlier, I want to see basically that we're oversold. The lines don't necessarily need to be going up, but if we're oversold here and oversold here, the thought is that, all right, even if this changes a little bit, this is eventually going to go up. And we've got the green line pointing up here. We got the green line pointing up here. So I like that. We have down pressure. But in a couple hours, the green line is going to be like this, where it's going to pull over the top of the red. So that's okay. And on the 4 hour chart, we've got weak down pressure. The reason it's weak is that the lines are gapped. I don't necessarily pay too much attention to what the day chart is doing, but the day chart is against us. It is going down, and it's going down kind of steeply. And we do have a good down movement here for the first 12 hours of the day, and the green line is going down here. So I like the buy here. So let's go back and just take a look at what happened here. Here we go. So we got 15 pips up. But we're trading against the trend. So we've got a down trend. And I'm just trying to figure out what this might be worth. Let's go for 8 pips. Let's take a buy for 8 pips. So let's go back to I'm going to go to kind of the bottom of these lines here is 10 pips, and I'm going to go shy of that because we're trading against the trend. So let's open up our CoinEx. I'm going to look for USD JPY, which I already have on the tab here. If you don't have it open, just go to File, New Chart, and then it should be right in this top section here, USD JPY. Then I'm going to go to the second row, New Order. USD JPY, I've got 10,800 in the account. So I am going to move the decimal spot over 4 spots. So I'm going to go with a 1.1 lot size. 1.1 lot size. I'm not going to worry about, I'm going to go with a 1.1 lot size. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss and take profit at this point. I'm going to click buy. It records it down below here. I'm going to right click, go to modify, and then I'm going to add in we said 8 pips. 8 pips is 80 points. And we'll use a 3 times stop loss. So 80 times 3 is 240. I click the little red button. So it's a 24 pip stop loss. It does the math for me and calculates it. And then I'm going to hit modify, and it drops the stop loss in. I like to see that I can see everything. And I just see how this is hit this spot here. I'm going to pull this down below that. So that's less of a chance that I'm going to get taken out. I don't want to get taken out. So it hasn't traded here in 2 weeks below this spot. So there's less of a chance that I'm going to get taken out on the trade. So I've got a buy of on the USD JPY for 8 pips. The take profit is 113.613. 113.613. Stop loss is 113.220. 113.220. So that is it's about a 40 pip stop loss. So it's a 4 to 1. But again, I don't want to get taken out. So to me, this is worth it. If you want to be more conservative, you can just keep it at the 30 pips. Let's see if we get another trade. So we'll go back to our we're going to use the thick orange line trade. Thick orange line trade focuses on what the thick orange line is doing. And this line is scaled. It goes from 0 when it's as low as it can go to 10 when it's as high as it can go. So currently it's as high as it can go. When this is at 10, it is telling us it doesn't believe there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, it's a good time to sell. However, we don't want to just trade based on one signal. We want something that confirms it. One of the great things about our tools is they support each other. So if I see this is telling me sell, I want to see that the majors and minors are telling me sell. And this would be telling me sell if they were way overbought, way above the blue line. So they're not. So we're going to pass. 6 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. I want it to be within, I want it to be 0 or 1 or within 1 point of either end. So 8.6 isn't close enough. So let's now try a different set. And basically what I've done is I've cloned that original chart and I've added, I just changed the pairs. So here on the euro pound, I do have a 10. The minors are up here, but the majors have kind of just crossed the line. I want the majors up here too. I want all the lines way up high. I don't have that, so I'm going to pass. Here, AUD JPY, we've got a 10, but the lines are down here, so that's no. 9.4 on the Euro Canadian. Euro Canadian, this is within a 1 of 10. So I've got part 1 of the signal, and here I do have the lines way up. So I've got part 1 of the signal, part 2 of the signal. This is good for a sell. So we're going to take a 5 pip sell on the Euro Canadian. 5 pip sell on the Euro Canadian. Euro Canadian, I don't have that open, so I'm going to go to File, New Chart. Euro Canadian, not in there. Euro Canadian right here. And I'm going to take a 5 pip sell, new order. Volume is correct, 1.1. I'm going to click sell. And I am going to put in right click, go to modify. I'm going to make this 50, which is 5 pips. I'm going to make this 200. I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I got in at 44.97, or excuse me, 43.97. So if I go down 5 from 43.97. I'm going to go to 43.92. So I'm going to just adjust this to 92.1. So we took a sell using the thick orange line trade on the Euro Canadian. Take profit is 1.43921, 1.43921. Stop loss is 1.44178, 1.44178. I'm just going to go back and just take a look at the signal. I'm going to move forward to the next hour. Some traders like to see this number change. So it was at 9.4. They want to see it change by at least 1, and it has. It's changed by almost 2. It's gone down 2. So this is going to start to pull down. What's happening is at the top of the hour, this trade, the thick orange line trade, we want to take it when there's like less than 5 minutes left in the hour. And what happens is when the thick orange line number is 10, there's pressure on it to kind of retract. You can kind of think about it as a elastic that you're pulling it tight. So when the thick orange line number is at 10 and these lines are up above, way up above the blue line, at the top of the hour, there's going to be a snap and it's going to pull down. And we're starting to see that snap right now. So within the hour, we should get that. Oops, did it already close? Take a look here. Well, our USD, our 10-point trade on the USD for 8 pips, that already closed while we were online. So yay. and this one's in the money. No, that's all right. So that was good. So actually, let's just go back and take a look real quick. Now this isn't good to go back. Once you've made your profit, go on to the next thing. But I'm wondering how much more we could have gotten. USD JPY. So we get a little spike at the top of the hour. That's just about the right amount that we got. It's just below here. That 8 pips was the right number. So we're good. We didn't leave much money on the table, but it's not good to go back and say, I wish I should have done this. We won the trade. We're on to the next. All right, gang. Thanks for being here this morning. We will reconvene on Tuesday. We are here to help you. Trading is lots of fun. And once you learn how to do it with these tools, you will be very good at it. All right. So we'll see you Thursday, 6:30 in the morning. All right. Bye-bye. Let's see if we get some questions here. We do have some questions here. Thoughts on the Euro USD buy? Yes, I already addressed that. I've put in a stop loss. Right now, we don't have a clear signal on it. What I'm going to do is, not a stop loss. I hedged. Sorry, I put a hedge on it, and the hedge was at 1.115845, 1.15845. And what I want to do is, if it starts to pull down, I will put in a sell position and then kind of lock in the loss till I have a clear signal. This morning, there wasn't a clear signal, but I don't want it to run all the way to the stop loss. So by putting in the hedge, which is a sell, I'm going to take the stop loss out, and then I'll manage the trade from there. Why did you change the 1-to-4 ratio with the 1-to-3? The company told me to be more conservative with new traders. What you set the stop loss on is kind of a matter of personal preference and your accuracy rate and how the kind of the volatility of the pair you're trading. My usual rule is I want to be two support resistances away. So I am going to take that stop loss to support and resistances away is usually somewhere around 40, 50 pips, depending on what the pair is. But because we do have new people on here, they want me to be more conservative, so I've dropped it down. There was a well, we've got a thick orange range. Yep, and the USD JPY already closed. All right, great. All right, guys, thanks so much, and we will see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.